Hi readers, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Katie.
And welcome to Not Another Heroine Season 2, the podcast where we break down the best and worst fictional heroines of any genre. Because that's what we do now.
Want to see what's next on our TBR list? Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Instagram for a sneak peek at upcoming content or to help us pick our next book. Dun 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 dun. Welcome to the 2024 Not Another Heroine Olympics. That was like, when they like bring out the little torch and stuff.
I adore when you break out into song. It is my favorite, and I never see it coming. You just make eye contact, your mouth opens, like, da!
Here it comes. I don't know. It felt appropriate. It feels very like Olympic-y.
It's 100 episodes.
Yeah. Wow. Bro.
And for the first time ever, we're recording an episode almost the day before. No, it is the day before it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
This episode's coming out tomorrow for us. We're a little control freaky, so we record way in advance so we don't get behind.
So we're only talking to you from about 12 hours in the future?
Uh-huh.
This is real. This
My
is me.
audio editing soul is freaking out.
I know. I'm so sorry. That's the holidays for you.
But yeah, happy holidays, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope you survived.
Yeah, honestly, our hearts go out to you if you were hosting or had small children whose sleep schedules were completely decimated. Oh, no. It's your girl. That's me. But it's fine.
Are we ready?
No. But meh. I feel like I've forgotten a lot of things that we've read this year.
That's probably a good thing considering some of the things that we read.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we're going to start off with our not awards.
Mm-hmm. No.
Best heroine.
Hands down, Kestrel.
Yeah, there's
the winner's
there's
curse.
not even we didn't even hesitate. Yeah, there's no question. She is the best. There's a reason we both forgot about that whole series that we had already read, a decade ago.
Yeah.
And then we reread it ravenously.
Yeah. I feel like that's the real testament that we were able to read it again and still enjoy it the same, if not more, the second time around. Because I feel like there's some books that you just get too into the hype and then you're like, oh yeah, that was so good. And then you go back and you're like, this was garbage.
That was the Immortal series.
Yeah, a little bit. It was fun for the nostalgic YA throwback thing, but I feel like some of those books you read as a kid are
it could not stand on its own. Blue Sword is another example of a good one that we reread. We found some new gems in it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It stood the test of a reread.
Yeah. But yeah, Kestrel hands down. Harry, maybe a soft second, but Kestrel for sure. Yeah.
But the best hero, it's not Aaron because, I love Aaron for Kestrel, but he's not the best hero.
He's a little bit silly, like golden retriever, just trying his best.
But Bride, Lowe from Bride.
My God. My soul astro projects out of my body. I still think about the scene where he puts a scent on her in the airplane.
I was just about to say the airplane scene. Yes.
Oh my God. Because I feel like that's the first kind of this is an adult fantasy read. And it's why is this making me hot?
And I love that so many people kind of underrated it, didn't expect it to be good, and were I'll see if I like it, especially in the romantasy community, this isn't really romantasy, it's just romance hiding out in paranormal land. This was
especially for Allie Hazelwood's first kind of foray into fantasy too. I feel like that was a very strong contender. Okay,
she named her heroine Misery. How
honestly, she's I don't know if you guys are gonna like this or not, but here's my best. And girl, that was fucking bussin'.
I'm gonna reread that one. It's about time.
I read it a week after I finished it for a second time. I think I'm at 3 reads of Bride this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real.
That's fair.
Yeah, the Love Hypothesis was that way too.
So I was driving back from the park this morning, and Paramore's Decode came on, and instantly I'm I have to read Twilight again. And I know, we read Twilight last year, right?
Yep.
And I remember there were distinct parts that I do not like anymore, but I could not help myself. I'm it is the time. I heard the music. Bella is calling to me.
Yep. Yeah. I think so. This is a little sneak peek, I guess, for season 3. I read the Zodiac Academy, and that's what I was hoping that would be, is the Decode Paramore Twilight nostalgic read, and it wasn't. because I want like the new Twilight. You know what I mean? Where it's a little bit cringy, you're a little bit embarrassed, but you like love it. Like it's in
Yeah.
your soul.
I don't think we've read that yet.
No. Mm-mm.
Did you read Quicksilver?
No. I feel like that's probably something we should also read.
I was going to say, we need to put it on our TBR for season 3 because it keeps coming up. And I just don't want to get burned like Fourth Wing.
We're going to get burned again. No doubt.
Ugh.
It's just whether we can suffer or not.
Because our not award for worst heroine,
Yeah, Violet. Hands down.
there's no.
I saw worst heroine typed out and I'm like, oh yeah, Violet.
I didn't have to think twice about it.
Yeah. I have heard from my friends who read the second one and then are also like getting excited for the third that she doesn't get better either.
Why do you keep reading?
I don't know. I feel like everyone loves Xaden, which I feel like he was very just,
Blah.
bland. But I
He's
guess
a Ken doll of a shadow daddy. There's
wow, Ken doll of a shadow daddy. Oh my God. Wow. Which is double funny too, because I feel like the picture you always see of Xaden on like Book Talk is an AI generated picture. Like, wow, yeah, Ken doll.
He's not the worst hero, but he's just so boring.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he's a Ken doll of wow. He's just Ken. His
But-
job is just bleach. Sorry.
I bleed shadows.
Yep, checks out.
Who was our worst hero though?
I don't know that we really like.
No.
Bjorn.
Bjorn
Yeah.
from A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Jensen.
God, that is an excellent segue into most disappointing book because it was like a hot mess. Like Bjorn was boring. She was annoying. I don't even remember.
Boring
Freya. Yeah, boring Bjorn. And then just like the book in general was like, what the fuck is happening?
There was so much potential because reading about that heroine, like the character description, like she's been married, like she doesn't have a pleasant marriage, like, an older heroine who's experienced, who's not like a virginal sacrifice for the plot. But no, she's just an idiot.
Yeah. But then it also still kind of fell into those like tropes still, because I feel like there was still a degree of like the virginal heroine
Yeah.
stuff. But it's like,
She's the chosen one.
oh, God.
No.
Yeah. Boo. Most disappointing book for sure.
But there was a second one, The Familiar.
Yeah. I feel like it was the most disappointing because it got hyped so much as like a fantasy with romance, but I feel like it was like mismarketed. So like disappointing in the like had hype, but it's like, whoa.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Like I would read that for a book club and I
Mhm.
wouldn't be invested in it because I did not feel the romantic tension at all. But it's like, it wasn't bad. It was just from the author of Shadow and Bone, I expected way more.
Yeah. I feel like it was more literary than I was expecting to. Where it's like,
Sometimes I just don't want to think.
no, yeah. I want my like smutty, silly romance. And that was just a little aggressive. Oh, King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. There we go. What the fuck, too? That was one of my picks of the week. It was just so absolutely outrageous. I had seen that book hyped up so much and like she seemed like super cool. She has a bunch of tattoos and like piercings. Like, sign me up. But no, it was super bad. Did not like it. Boo. That was my most disappointing like pick of the week.
And that one comes up quite a bit on like recommended. Like you see it all over Book Talk and stuff. But the sleeper hits. This, thank you to what's her name? JD.
Oh, JD Evans.
JD Evans. Rain and Ruin.
Wow. Yeah.
Holy fuck balls.
Bruh.
Like you have to get through the first 2 to 3 chapters, or I would say 50 to 60 pages.
Yeah, you said like 50 pages and that was pretty.
But then it just smacks you in the face.
Yeah, dude.
Over and over again with how good it is. Like she is the adult version of Kestrel. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal book. And I think we're planning to like do a full pod episode on Rain and Ruin later this year.
Yeah, it deserves it. Because I also thank you for giving me the like 50-page warning. Because I was like suffering through the beginning and I like tried it and I put it back down. And I'm like, girl, I don't know like what this is.
It might be an author thing because I'm still stuck on book 2. I have not made it through the first 50, 60 pages. I'm just stuck again. So I'm waiting for the right time to come back to it.
Yeah.
But Definitely a sleeper hit. And thanks to Fantasy Romance subreddit, because I would not have opened that book without it. It just keeps coming up.
I feel like the cover too didn't really like speak to me because I get, catfished by covers all the time. And this one just kind of like was like bland. And it's like, okay, like maybe like one day. But it was good. It was like a Goliath. And it's just, you have to get through 50 pages. And then...
It might... I feel like 2025 is going to be the year for Rain and Ruin where it gets really, really big.
I could see that. Yeah. As long as it can still like ride out the hype. Because I feel like there was a lot like mid to late 2024. So we'll like see if it like gets picked up by, traditional publishing or something.
I do have a second sleeper hit, which is also doubles as my favorite book of the year. And it's not even a book. Technically, it's a fan fiction. Love and Other Historical Accidents.
So good.
I was not expecting it to be that good. I was kind of like, it'll be fine. But no, it's actually, I want to say it's probably my favorite one I've read this year. And did not expect it to be.
Yeah. I just love the fact that it started your like deep dive into fan fiction.
We do not have time during this episode for me to talk about our Lord and Savior, Sinlin Yu.
Yeah. She did it. She finally did it.
She did it.
I have like goosebumps.
I read Manacled in the last 3 days. I finished it, I think, day before yesterday. I won't say anything more because if you've read Manacled, you know already.
Yep.
If you have not read Manacled, please just download it.
Yeah, you have like 2 days as of when this episode publishes to download it and save it before it turns into like a different version.
Even if you don't start reading it right away, just download it.
Yeah. We're going to talk about it in season 3, so you have to. Sorry, forcing you into reading a book.
But your favorite book?
I don't know what my favorite book is. Probably Bride, just because like it was good. It like hit. It was one of those where you want a slutty pizza and you eat a slutty pizza and you don't feel guilty because you wanted it. And it's like, this tasted so good. And it's like, okay, I'll save it again for a couple months down the road when I want another slutty pizza. And then I ate another slutty pizza and it was still good. And I read Bride like 8 times.
Bride is a slutty pizza.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It makes sense. It works.
It's like the Domino's pizza where it's like not good, but then you like have it for the first time in a couple months and you're like, fuck yeah.
You burn yourself out on one pizza and you don't order it again for a little while, but then Yep,
that's Bride. Yep. Probably going to read it again in like, a month or 2. It's the season for it, that Master of Crows, but
it's true. Yeah, I need a copy of Bride because I don't have a hard copy yet.
I need a copy too.
For the books that you reread, you absolutely need one.
Because so this got me. I was at Barnes & Noble and I have this thing where I'll like pick up a book that I think will be good and then it's never good. So my library is full of like DNF not good books, but then my Kindle, I have all my good books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just need to like maybe like get it on Kindle and then buy a physical copy after if it's like worth it.
So a note on that. I went to Barnes & Noble to buy a copy of Carissa Broadbent's new book.
Oh, yay.
Songbird and the Heart of Stone, which coincidentally,
season 3
will be our first book.
Ooh.
Do we want to talk about what's coming?
Thank you for how I love that. Yes, we should. Obviously, Manacled. Very excited that I have finally brainwashed Jordan into enjoying fan fiction. Not ashamed, really. Welcome to the cult.
Thank you. That's all I'm reading these days.
And then also the Winter Night trilogy. It's been a long time since I've read that. I'm excited.
Yeah, Catherine Arden. So I had never read it, and I started reading it late this year. So I'm holding off on finishing book 3.
That's fair.
So we're going to do we might do the whole trilogy because part of our efforts this new season is we want to hear from you on which epic series we should read.
Yeah.
So your options so far, unless you want to suggest one, are The Cruel Prince. I think it's got a different like trilogy name. What's it called?
I don't actually know.
Holly Black's masterpiece.
Yeah.
The Winter Night Trilogy by Catherine Arden. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo.
Oh, The Folk of the Air by Holly Black. That series.
So those are the ones that are kind of on the tip of our brain for consideration. For those are the long, like multi 5-6 part episode. Ones.
Because we are not going to do another Fourth Wing.
Absolutely the fuck not.
My soul can't take that.
We'll forgive you if you liked The Fourth Wing.
It's fine. I get it, but I also don't get it. But I get it.
We welcome all readers. And if you're reading for Xaden, I get it. That's fine.
Yeah. He's readable. But Violet, dude, like, I don't know. You're a stronger person than I think is, what I say to those readers. But we also are probably going to do more new book talk books just to give you some kind of like sense of normalcy. Normalcy?
Like, are they actually good?
Yeah.
Like, you see Quicksilver recommended 1,000 different times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll read it.
Yeah, because your girl got bamboozled by Phantasma. I got bamboozled by Scarlet St. Clair. I'm a bamboozled.
You have been bamboozled.
But I'm going to continue for the sake of our readers that we will give you a somewhat unbiased opinion of some of these books.
But we will balance it out with some older hits that, we know are good or we suspect are good based on, when they came out, just to keep it kind of flowing.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of those books kind of missed their chance almost. Like, I feel like the Winter's Trilogy specifically, like, had that come out like 5-7 years later, it would have been, an ACOTAR competitor, I feel like, like at that same level. So I feel like we just need to dig out those, little books that maybe like missed their shot, but they're like delicious.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. But it's also, that's a very heavy undertaking. I'm like nervous.
We can do it.
Yeah. Who, if not us, who?
That's true.
We are willing to take on this burden.
But as part of this adventure foray into 2025, we have some exciting announcements.
That we do.
Projects ongoing. Katie?
Yes. We have a website.
Notanotherheroine.com.
So exciting. I put my whole, what is that word? Wapussy? Sorry. There's like a funny play on words.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I just destroyed Jordan's soul. I put my heart and soul into this cute little website.
You became a web developer overnight.
I know, and I don't want to revisit those days. But if you had feedback on the website, I'd be more than willing to hear. But we have a bunch of different functions on there. We have the Spice Archive, which is kind of a repository of all of the books that we've covered on the pod.
Plus a few from our personal library.
Books that we've covered or like that we've read on the side that maybe don't have an episode with it. So that's the Spice Archive. We also have like a Find Me a Book function where you can type in the type of heroine you're looking for, the type of love interest, romantic tropes, and it will produce a book that is vetted by us as good or maybe not good.
Readers, Katie worked some level of unholy magic to bring this search function to life. It's the coolest thing because, I mean, we've talked about it, how difficult it is to like find a new book to read that has the criteria that you want because we know what we're looking for intuitively, right? We have a specific heroine in mind. We know the kind of hero we want. And like for me, like I like reading about love letters. So like I would like to have a search function that serves that. And I know there's some existing tools out there already that kind of attempt to do that thing already.
Yeah.
We just wanted a one-stop shop for the books that we've talked about on the pod. So you know what we're reading and you know exactly what we think about what we're reading because sometimes our episodes are a little chaotic.
A little bit. For funsies. Yeah, because Romance.io, they've definitely done like God's work, putting together the huge repository, but I feel like it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes. And so Jordan and I's like intent was to make a website that was just focused on kind of the books that we like know, but also, a little bit easier to find what you're looking for, a little bit closer to like Match.com or like,
exactly,
Plenty of Fish or whatever the like new age one. I've obviously been out of the dating game for,
We had some fun, though, creating the heroine archetype. What's a few that we have?
We have the badass. We have the ice queen. Definitely your Kestrel-coded heroines.
Your soft girly. That would be like a Sorsha from Daughter of the Forest.
Yeah. Or the downtrodden. Girl can't just catch a break at all.
Oh, and then the diamond.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the girl from Rain and Ruin.
Yeah. The like it girl like got it together.
Yeah. She's running the show.
And then for love interests, we have the shadow daddy, obviously.
Golden Retriever.
The Beast, which is obviously, a little Beauty and the Beast coded.
The Billionaire.
Sexy Draco Malfoys. Honestly, that's who that's meant for.
What else do we got?
We have another one, don't we? Oh, the Walking Red Flag.
There's not very many walking red flags in the books that we put into the Spice Archive, but the ones that are in there.
Yeah, you know it when you read it.
Yeah,
You're like,
oh, this is bad for me, but give me more.
Yeah, this is problematic, but I love it. And then we obviously have a bunch of like romance tropes. And then we also have a category, Pride and Peppers, which is for queer romances. So if that's more your fancy, there's a section for you too. The website.
So we can't keep this website going all on our own. We really built this to get feedback from you so you can help us build our Spice Archive out a little bit more. So if you have a suggestion for a book, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes. Send us book recs all the time.
Or just ideas for, stuff to talk about on the pod. We'd love to hear from you.
There is a function for you to submit books for us to read.
Form. We have an email.
Ooh, fancy. But also, I feel like that good transition to Jordan's work of
Patreon.
Woo!
So our Patreon will be live on the 1st. That's kind of what we're shooting for. So we're gonna start off with 2 tiers. We're gonna have our Heroine tier and our Chateau Tatty tier. So we appreciate your support. If you are willing to deep dive into the darkness, that will be on Patreon. We have a few exclusive benefits, bonuses that we want to throw at you. So we did a couple trial runs of our Hot and Bothered episodes this year. Those will be exclusively available on Patreon. Those will still premiere on Fridays. And then we have another endeavor.
I love this.
If you choose to become a Shadow Daddy,
we all have a little Shadow Daddy in us.
We have a little special Tuesday episode for you called Tawdry Tuesdays. And this will not be every Tuesday. We are going to be doing at least one book a month. It will be a little spicier, probably.
These are your smutty books.
Yes. And it will be a very unfiltered episode. So our first Tawdry Tuesday book will be
Ice Planet Barbarians.
And readers,
we traumatized Jordan.
It just a little. We traumatized Rob is what really happened.
That's true. Yep.
So if you missed Rob, he was, from our Twilight episodes. He's back for Ice Planet Barbarians. He did not read the book with us. We just threw the whole book at him in person and just described it to him, which was kind of a mistake.
Yeah. So if you've read Ice Planet Barbarians, you can probably get a vibe of how that went.
It was fun.
It was fun. We also got almost absolutely hammered.
Yes. That's the only way to get through those books. So there'll be a few other things on Patreon. We'll do some polls and some surveys and quizzes and stuff. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Thank you so much for your guys' support. I can't believe we've already made it to episode 100. I think Jordan and I probably would have quit after like 4 episodes had we, not gotten kind of the reception that we had. Let alone to 100 episodes.
We hit 5,000 downloads.
Yeah.
And 2,700 people.
Crazy.
It's
you
insane.
guys are crazy.
Why
do you guys listen to us?
You clearly are kind of crazy.
Honestly, yeah.
But on the note of crazy, we have our final closeout for episode 100.
We can't close out season 2 without, a trip down memory lane.
Didn't you miss all of our episode titles?
I didn't. I'm scared. My hands are sweating. I don't know. Because they got a little bit raunchier this season, I feel like.
Just a little bit. But, if you listen to the first version of this that we did at the end of season 1, we are going to read you all of the episode titles, starting from our very first book all the way down to our most recent one.
That we are.
And it is going to be an adventure. So, Katie, do you want to start?
I will. Let's address the 8-story elephant in the room.
All the bakers' wives are going to be pissed off.
Welcome to Duloc.
Dinosaurs and dumb birds.
Come feed the little birds and show them that you care.
I think I'm allergic to virginity.
Do you starfish?
Welcome to the cockpit.
Naughty things.
Where did the horse come from?
I get that guards would be distracted by. I got a fire axe and I skimmed right past
The meat is coming out.
Something to hold on to.
A known ass with a known ass.
My tenderloins.
Oh my God, how did I forget?
What excellent boiled potatoes.
Pushing a human out of your hoo-ha.
I did that. It's kind of fibrous.
I'm not the Poe, I'm the butthole.
Why are you getting all the good ones? I don't want to be smart today. Give me my romance.
By the way, you're a really bad girl.
This is an al dente spaquel in a red reduction sauce.
You're either gonna fight or you're gonna fuck.
General Trajan is the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
Emotionally spicy.
Urban Decay eyeshadow palette.
Aaron goes and fucks off.
Height doesn't matter when you're horizontal.
My love of White Castle.
He squirts out of the closet.
Oh my god.
I forgot that.
All the ladies get their sliced ham from Deli Dan.
What else can he do with no hands?
We're going to shift up a gear.
She's worried he's just going to
catch the losers in a net and send them to the infantry.
It doesn't protect your titties.
Dragon sex.
Xaden deserves better.
Someone else is going to have your children.
Oh, Capizole de Venere.
Nothing has changed for me.
Green slime, a relatable meltdown.
And finally, wizard turns.
Honestly, what an ending. Wizard turds.
Oh,
wow. I forgot some of those beginning ones. I think my favorite is Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. That's a very relatable.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Yep. I think the funniest is that these are all almost completely direct quotes.
Yeah.
These were all said unsarcastically in the moment. Oh, well, with our episode titles, thank you again to all of our amazing readers for, coming on this journey with us for 100 episodes and for all of season 1 and season 2.
So from our shelf to yours,
we'll see you on the next page. Hi, readers. If you'd like to help us pick our next book, send us a message on Instagram.
Or if you'd like to just listen, we post new episodes every Monday and Wednesday on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Thanks for listening.
Bussin'.